E2.
On a physical poll.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. E2.
Yes.
A brand new survey of the land here.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we know who's the favorites in this division?
Guardians.
Guardians.
By a long
Guardians
shot.
will go 10-0 and score 800 points.
If any team's going 10-0, Guardians, maybe Los Avocados.
No.
They're a strong team.
They are.
And, I mean, nobody could guard Thomas Orko in this division.
But
Is
If
that
he
a
doesn't
good or
get
bad
25 touchdown, I don't understand.
Well, look, Los Avocados, he is the offense. Like, if you look at the breakdown of what he did compared to everyone else, it's like him and then 2% the rest of the team.
But nobody could guard him. And on top of that, he produces. It's not
He
like
does produce. I agree.
he just had a game, 4 touchdowns. Like
So, but
130
But is that sustainable?
and
Yes.
and they play each
For
other.
a 10-week season.
It's also not a winning formula we've seen in FPF to have one guy carry the load.
I mean, isn't that what Max Burrow's been doing for every team he has?
But he and
they made
they
a
did not
final.
win the championship this past.
I mean, the
past
finals last year.
Yeah, but again, so what we saw from Fighting Flamingos, they shut down, they went high and low on Max Bura, and then forced Max Styles to
Styles
Max Styles to beat him somewhere else. But again, so you look at to have Pat St. Amant throwing in this division because he's a coward.
You tell him,
He's also
PZ.
I am nonstop. It's in my article too. You're a
Is he
coward.
throwing in D2?
Moo, straight up moo.
257
No, D
yards.
is
Oh, Frank A.
Frank K throwing, but Etienne Vaillancourt and Kevin Marshall as receivers is ludicrous. And they got put down in E2 because the assumption was that Kevin Marshall was throwing and they were a struggling team, but they're gonna end up in the E1 playoff no matter what. So I
would they be
I
a
can't
once-
wait till the playoff loss.
So here's the argument I'll bring up to you right
Or
now,
playoff
boys.
win.
Loss.
And obviously we can't, when we make the decision here. But if you were one of us, PZ, would you say right now
But he's not.
that
This
he's
is why.
not, the Guardians would be your E1 number 1 seed?
Yeah, most likely.
Well,
I think they're gonna because I think they're gonna hammer teams, and the point differential is gonna be so ridiculous. They'll be a top 3 seed in E1.
which is surprising, knowing them, like knowing the players.
Yeah,
They don't feel the kind of guys who
Oh,
are gonna hammer players.
I messaged Etienne Vaillancourt and we talked a bit, and I messaged Moo.
You look at
But
him.
He knew.
if they played,
knew.
let's say the Guardians played E1,
Mhm.
would they? And let's say they go 7-3. Would you say, hey, you know what? They're still my number 1 seed, or is it because they're in E2 and they run the table, they go 10-0 and they
I
have
think
800 points for?
they would be a top 3 seed in E1
Okay, so if they're in
Yeah,
E1, but as an E2 team,
because
they could be
quarterbacking
one.
makes such a huge difference in Division E.
Right.
And also the receivers are good.
Yes,
But
So-
I could see these guys playing. Let's say they play one of the worst teams in Division E2, like a team that's struggling, new to FPF. I could see them switching quarterbacks and putting Kevin Marcel in for that game. Because why
But-
not, right?
But are we, when you're saying,
I mean maybe, but
Because why not?
then why wouldn't you register with him or move up and not be cowards?
Well, that I don't know. I'm
Here's
just
the
saying
question
from
for you
this
though,
point on,
PZ.
they can't do anything about it. So that's the only thing they could do about it.
if the Guardians were to go in E1 7-3, but those
Yeah.
3 losses came against the best 3 teams,
Mm-hmm.
would you still say they're a top 3 team, or they'd be?
Well,
like
I mean, in that specific scenario, they'd probably drop, but I think also that wouldn't happen because I
I
think
also
they'd be
think
one of
that-
the top 3 teams.
Yeah, they're a very strong team.
Like they're gonna go 10-0 in E2.
9-1.
I don't do predictions either.
Okay,
like, for me
but
to say this, it's
all
just
right, but let's just go the 9-1 or 8, because this is fascinating now, because this new playoff concept we have here, it's all that projection. If they go 9-1 or 8-2, are we still projecting them as being a top seed or going now? They're in the next bracket of teams at 2, 3, or 4, or 5.
But we should ask you the question because
I
you're
know,
the one
but-
picking.
well, no,
I know,
but
we
he-
can't
he-
because if we
because
can't
you
tip
guys
it
are,
off.
you guys can't be biased,
Yeah,
so
because
let my
we're
bias
biased in
reign
the
through.
process.
Yeah,
What do you mean
to,
we can't be biased?
to me,
We can't.
Anything-
come on
It
there
can
and
be bought.
depending on their
can't be
losses,
biased.
depending who
I
they
can.
lose to, like if they lose to Avocados, for example, okay, that's a
Yes.
good loss. So they're probably
Well,
still going to
also
finish.
depends how much you're losing by. If
Yeah.
you're losing 40-6 because you were missing 40 like half your team, it's a different story. And everybody showed up and you lost by 20 points.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the committee's thing to evaluate.